This video may surprise you, as when it comes to how to improve your mobility, perhaps you're expecting me to share my 4 favourite hip mobility drills or 4 effective shoulder stretches. But actually, in this video, I want to share with you 4 ways to improve your mobility, which are far more helpful than simply do more mobility training. These are going to be little hacks, if you will, that help me achieve the mobility that I've always wanted and are helping all of my students to do the same. First up, let's address something that is arguably the biggest contributing factor to the stiff, achy body that so many of us are looking to solve. Prolonged sitting is an unfortunate side effect to many modern lifestyles, which I've spoken about in other videos. We sit in the car on our way to work, we sit at our desk whilst we earn a living, we sit at the table as we eat our lunch, then sit on the couch to wind down from a busy day at work. And the way that this sitting shape influences our mobility is huge. The body has a tendency to adapt and be more comfortable in shapes or movement patterns that it is just most familiar with. And so if we are spending 8, 9, maybe even 10 hours a day in this position, then this amount of hip mobility is where our body will be most comfortable, as well as shoulder mobility. This amount of shoulder mobility is where the body will be most comfortable. And so you're fighting a little bit of an uphill battle with your mobility if you spend 40 plus hours a week in this shape and maybe 1, maybe 2 hours a week combating it with your mobility training. So solution number 1 is a sit-stand desk. Reducing the amount of time that you spend in a seated position on a daily basis is hugely beneficial for reducing that negative impact that it has on your mobility and how freely that you can move within your body. Not to mention its many other proven benefits of increased energy, improved mood, and improved work performance too. I find mine incredibly useful as it becomes so easy to add little movements in throughout your day, such as little calf raises or little body twists, so you're keeping your joints moving, the blood flowing, and your energy levels risen. Now, number 2 is something that is already super popular in gym and fitness spaces. It's been widely studied and proven for its benefits in strength, in fitness, but somehow seems to have fallen off the radar in the mobility world. So let's put an end to that. Creatine monohydrate. Creatine is a natural source of energy with many benefits for the body. Countless studies have proven its ability to improve exercise performance, strength gains, brain function, and recovery as well. And so really, it should be no surprise to us that it is therefore super beneficial for helping improve your mobility. Creatine will help you improve your strength, which subsequently helps you improve your flexibility, as after all, strength is a crucial component in our bodies allowing us to stretch further. And if you'd like to learn more about this concept, I discussed it in this video, which I've linked in the description. Creatine will help your muscles recover faster from the demands of mobility training, as well as help give you the energy, and therefore motivation, to get going in the first place, as isn't consistency the hardest part? In terms of what or where to buy, as long as the only ingredient is creatine monohydrate, then it's all the same, just in different packaging. So if you're like me, you just buy whatever brand is on special offer at the time. Number 3 is something that I feel has become a little uncool and not trendy, and so is becoming very overlooked in the mobility world. Dynamic stretching and mobility movements are becoming widely known and practiced, which is great. But if these are all you are doing in the hopes of improving your mobility, you're missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. Time under tension does exactly what it says on the tin. It refers to the amount of time a muscle spends under tension, also known as the amount of time it's in this elongated position where we're trying to stretch into it. Dynamic stretches and mobility drills lack time under tension. You're only in that end range of motion for a short moment before you're drawing yourself out of it. Now, please don't misunderstand me. By no means am I saying that dynamic stretches and mobility drills are not valuable. They are extremely valuable. You'll find them all over my online classes in my online studio. But they need to not be the only way that you stretch the muscle. Give the muscles time under tension. Stay in that stretched position for longer periods of time, which is the good old-fashioned, not so super trendy, passive stretching. So practice your mobility drills. Just don't forget to also stop and stretch. And then the final tip is my personal favorite, and likely the most impactful one that you can implement, and we call them movement snacks. Instead of thinking of your flexibility and mobility work as the 10, 20, 30 or more minutes that you dedicate to it at any certain point of the week, also think of it as something that you can incorporate into your day-to-day life to fit in seamlessly alongside your regular, mundane, everyday tasks. Brushing your teeth? That's an opportunity for a hamstring stretch. Giving the dog a little fuss? That's time you can spend in a deep squat. Waiting for the kettle to boil? Sounds like the perfect time to stretch out your shoulders. And to be honest with you, there's literally no excuse to not implement this idea, as it effectively takes up zero extra of your time. It just uses the time that you already have more effectively, and it makes a huge difference to how much better that you can feel at the end of a long day if you've had a bunch of snacks throughout, both physically and nutritionally. So now you have the unconventional ways to improve your mobility, which means there's just one thing left you need: the actual mobility exercises. So go and check out this video next to learn the 4 essential mobility moves that I think all beginners should start with.